Heyo, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another action figure unboxing. In this episode, we're taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Origins line. This is Man-at-Arms. So, Man-at-Arms comes on the traditional Masters of the Universe card back. Very reminiscent of the original Masters of the Universe line. We do have the new for 20 little logo up there at the top, along with the modern posing retro play little burst going on right there. So very cool looking. In the package, this thing looks pretty cool. The colors are, I guess, different than I'm expecting. So I guess they're brighter. I think in my head I was expecting them to be a little bit darker than they are, but they're fairly light. So I don't know how well the lights in here are doing with this. Maybe blowing out that blue helmet color a little bit, but it looks pretty good. It's Man-at-Arms, so what are you going to do? Flipping it over to the back, we have some of the other figures in the line. We've got the action features here with his mace, and then twist into powerful battle positions. And we also get this new artwork right here. So very, very cool. And don't forget, we also get a comic book. Very nice looking there. I like that artwork. Nice little horde dragon thing right there. Very cool. But let's go ahead and dive into this thing. Quit wasting time and just get in here and unlock this thing. So I haven't really found any good ways to get in here other than just kind of wrapping this razor knife all the way around. Takes just a second. It's supposed to cut away from you, but I never pay attention to those things. So bear with me while we get this out of here. Something about like that should work. We've got our Beast Barrage mini comic, and then the figure itself, and then the card back can go with all the other card backs that we have. So there they are. Very cool looking here. Flipping it over, we do have his weapons accessories, and he is rubber banded in place. So there's one around his arms here that we're going to cut, and then one around his feet that we're also going to cut. And then his weapons pack is actually taped in there, so that's cool. And then Man-at-Arms comes out very easily. We'll pop these little rubber band things off his arms, off his legs and feeties. Looks good. Good to go there. That can go back there with the rest of the stuff. Weapons accessories. Let's pull this tape off if we can. That's on there, stuck on there pretty good. There we go. And then they've also taped. Get off me. They've also taped the bag shut, so I guess we're going to try to find the edge of that and then just cut that tape as well. Something like that. Yeah. Pops off. Unrolls. And then we have access to his accessories here. So it looks like we have his armor, and mace. Very, very cool. Throw that back there. And let's go ahead and, I guess, zoom in here and let's see what things look like from this side of it. Very nice. The mini comic that comes with this one is the same one we got with He-Man and Skeletor, Beast Barrage. So if you've seen any of those previous videos, it's the same comic. Nice character artwork there on the back. Nice artwork in the inside. I'm not sure actually who did the artwork on this, so I don't know. If you have any idea, let me know that in the comment section. But very cool little intro story. It looks really cool. You get Prince Adam, you get Beastman, Snake Mountain, Evil Lyn, Skeletor, said Prince Adam, Tila, there's a Wind Raider. We've got some cool shadow beasts. I think that's Man-at-Arms there. A big old fight ensues. And then we get He-Man. Yes, very cool. There's the mini comic. Again, it's the same one we've seen in other videos, so we don't get a new comic with this guy. So, it is what it is, right? Let's look at accessories. We have a bunch of armor here. So, in the original vintage release, all this armor was actually one piece. But for whatever reason, they've turned this into two pieces, so that's kind of cool. It is made out of a nice kind of very flimsy plastic, but works really well. Looks really nice. Not a whole lot of details, but more than I was actually expecting. You do see like the rivets here, and then this little flex joint right there where this is supposed to connect. So that is pretty cool. Again, some nice little details in that. It's got that nice bright orange. Matches his chest piece there. So these just strap on like so. And then you got the traditional strap that feeds through right there. And then you can snug it up. Actually works really well. Looks really nice as well. We'll grab his what was that, Forearm Armor, I guess you could say. And slap it on there. And tighten it down as well. Very cool. This armor is mix and matchable, so you can put this on like He-Man if you want to. Very cool though. That one is a little loose. I can probably just tighten that up, but a little bit loose. We also has his knee guard. Very cool. Also some nice detail work in that. Again, that same soft, bendy plastic. We do have a Made in China stamp on that one, so that's cool. And then that'll just go on his leg. Like so. It works the same way. I can find the notch there. Pops in just like that, and you've got that cool shin guard. Very, very cool. His other accessory is this mace, which is a much more rigid plastic. It is almost the same color, but it's just slightly different. So I guess they molded this slightly differently and used a different tool for that. But very cool. I'm actually was worried it might be a little bit too bendy. I know like the mace for the classics version of this was made out of that softer plastic, and it had a tendency to warp a little bit, but that's nice. It's nice, hefty. It's not bendy at all, so that is cool. And that fits in his hand very easily, so nice. Yeah, very cool looking, so that is nice. So cool accessories. I'm going to take his mace out of his hand. I think I'll leave his armor on there for right now, but looking at the figure itself, we do actually get the mustached face. So there is what he looks like there. I know that was one of those weird things that happened in the original vintage line, is we got the unmustached version, and then the cartoon, he had a mustache, which threw a lot of people off. So it's nice that they kind of threw that on there. I'm sure we'll probably see an alternate head at some point without the mustache, but that is very cool. We got the same kind of traditional doodads on his helmet there. It is nice that they did paint his hair black this time. There's a little bit of paint slop right there. Not that big of a deal, but it's there. And I can see a little bit where it's like not quite painted correctly here. It's like they missed a spot, or it's rubbed off a little bit. So same thing with these little button things on the top. they're slightly, ever so slightly off, and you can see that thing's slipping down a little bit, so I may have to adjust that. That's probably got it right there. More details here in the actual armor. Very nice. It looks pretty much just like that vintage version there, so very cool looking. I've always liked his armor. The back is made just for that little strap there and his adjustable shoulder harness thing, so very cool. Beyond that, the sculpt itself is pretty much the same as the He-Man sculpt that we had. Nice musculature all the way around. Solid green color on his gauntlets and wristbands there, so that's what it was in the original one, so I can't really complain too much about that. It looks really good. It's nice, bright, very cool looking. As far as articulation goes, the head does spin 360 degrees. We got lots of up and down motion, so you can get him to hide behind this faceplate, look up, look down, side head tilt all the way around, so very, very nice. Shoulder joint is the traditional ball and swivel. You'll notice that the armor does kind of pop down a little bit when you open his arm up, but it still stays locked in place, so that is good. But yeah, traditional ball and swivel joint there, very cool. We have another ball and swivel here at the what is that, elbow? The elbow. So very cool. That joint is a little tight for the elbow joint, but not that bad. Then swivel and rocker there at the wrist as well. Again, the armor's not necessarily staying in place as much as I would like it to, but we do have extra articulation that was not there in the vintage, so that's why they are two pieces here. Should also point out that the shoulders will pop off here. We'll get to that in a moment though. But beyond that, we have waist twist, no ab crunch or anything like that. Standard plastic T-hook ball swivel joint there at the waist and hips. So full forward motion, full backward motion there. Very good side to side. But that's about it. You can move it around a little bit however you need to, but yeah, it's there. We have a ball and swivel at the knee joint. Let's pull this off. So pull the armor off so we can see that joint. So ball and swivel there at the knee joint. Very cool. We got a twist at the top of the boots. And we got the standard rocker twisty ankle joints there. So very cool. We also do get a I'm drawing a blank here. Foot peg. We get a hole for a foot peg there. So that is very nice. And we get a stamp, whatever that is, stamped there. You can read that. What is that? GNNB9 2020R. And then that other one on the other side is GJX68. Is that right? I don't know what that means, but it's cool. So the other good thing about these things is that these joints are all kind of made to be swappable, so the head pops off very easily. You can put He-Man's head on here if you want somebody to be like a palace guard. Very nice. The shoulders, we'll take the armor off. Shoulders pop out very easily. Well, I say that and then I can't get it to pop out. They pop out very easily. Then the wrist also pops out very easily, so you can change out the hands. Then the actual chest itself separates at the waist, like so. Very cool. And then the bottom of the boots pop off as well. It's a little bit trickier, but just kind of grab it and pull, and that twists right off there. So that is very cool. So you can change out all these parts however you like. That is very nice. Looks really cool. I'm liking this figure here. As far as durability goes, the thing feels a little bit lighter. Again, I don't have the vintage one right in front of me to do any comparisons or anything, but the plastic feels lighter. I think I read somewhere on the forum somewhere that somebody actually went out there and weighed these things, and most of the figures actually end up being heavier than their vintage counterparts. So that's cool, but the plastic itself does feel lighter. Maybe it's just me not having grabbed one of those figures in a while, so I don't know for sure. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool here. The armor's really nice. We'll slide that back on there. It comes on and off pretty easily. This particular character has never been really good about keeping the armor on, I guess. Even the vintage version, it was easy to kind of slide the armor off or to get it knocked off when you're playing with it or whatever else if you're posing it. So that is one thing to kind of be careful of, because this plastic is a little bit more bendy, so it's a lot easier to knock things off than it was with the vintage one, at least in my remembering opinion. But it does snap on there very easily. I know the old vintage version, these tabs sometimes broke off and the straps don't always hold together very well, but this one seems a lot more sturdy for the armor. Again, it's a bendy plastic, but it works pretty well here, so I'm actually pretty impressed with that. And again, we'll grab his cool mace here. And there you go. It's a really nice update for Man-at-Arms. It's one of the very few, well, I shouldn't say few, but it is one of the characters that was a mainstay in all the cartoons, so it's nice to have that character back in plastic form and on some shelves here, there, and about. So yeah, I think if you're a fan of the Masters of the Universe, you're probably going to need Man-at-Arms. So yeah, you're probably going to want this one anyways. But there's nothing wrong with this figure whatsoever. It's pretty cool. I do like the design. I've always liked the ideal of the armor, the Eternian Guard's armor and all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to see if we maybe get some Palace Guards, some interchangeable heads at least, so we can swap that out. It'd be nice to have some more armor to maybe do a complete set of armor for this guy. So the right arm and the right leg, they need armor for them too. So that will be cool if we see that at some point. But beyond that, it's a great update to the original vintage figure here. And yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised about how well this thing works. The head is not squishy. I know only the vintage version, there were some soft heads, so you could kind of squish his head together, but you can't really do that with this guy. So I guess it does squish just a little bit, but nothing too bad. And the paint's pretty good. It could use a little bit better stuff. I can't tell. I think it's just black for the eyes. And in person, it works pretty well, actually. I'm actually a little surprised at that. I was afraid it was not going to work too well, but it's pretty good. He might need a haircut is the only thing I can think of. His hair kind of sticks down just a little too far for my taste. I like the solid blue color to go all the way down, so it's just a little bit weird in my opinion, but I think the original was like that too. It just wasn't painted, so it sticks out a little bit because it is that kind of black color set against that real bright blue. Yeah, but beyond that, it's a pretty decent figure here. So you probably already have it, or if you haven't picked it up already, I'm sure you're probably looking for it. It's a pretty decent figure, and again, you kind of need it to go with the He-Man and Skeletor figure. So yeah, it's worthwhile. It's cool. I'm actually really liking these Origins figures. I'm actually surprised how well I like them. But Well, that's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching as always. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you think of this Man-at-Arms figure from the Masters of the Universe Origin line. I'm actually digging it pretty well. Again, I'm pretty well still surprised how well I like these Origins figures. But yeah, let me know some comments. How are you enjoying these figures so far? If you picked Man-at-Arms up yet, how do you like him? How does he compare with some of the other figures? You know, whatever you want to do, drop those comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking out there. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Check out our previous videos for more He-Man, Masters of the Universe stuff, and all the other toy lines that we try to get around to. Be on the lookout for more awesome videos coming down the pipeline. If there's anything specific you'd like to see in future episodes, let me know that as well. I'll see what I can do to get it out in front of y'all. And until next time,